This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Morning. On the show today, Daniel MacPherson stopped by and we had a great chat. Wait till he tells you about his sort of, hanging out with Robbie Williams stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was cool, actually.
Imagine if your neighbour wanted to be really petty and they floated poo balloons over to your yard. Well, when we talk about that sort of thing.
Our parents getting a bit too intense these days, inspired by Rachel Finch, who ran the entire cross country with her 8-year-old.
Yep. What else did we talk about?
Things.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I love it. Sean was left with nothing to say.
You're talking about sport?
Yeah.
Some
Is that
sport.
going to get in there?
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't we put that in there?
Right, let's do it then.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Very open on this show.
No red flags whatsoever.
Straight up the bum, it sounds like.
37.
It's 5:06.
that was loud.
Down, David.
Oh, my God.
So special
super hearing.
treat for us today because Harry is off to Melbourne around about now. So we have our boss Dave McClung on the ones and twos today, pressing all the buttons
Hey, Dave, good morning.
randomly.
You're looking forward to this moment, this day?
I don't
Building
know if
up
I'm
all
looking
week?
forward to it, but it'll be all right.
What do you mean? I loved your work during the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
You're my favourite DJ.
You're up and about. You sound all
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
When Dave did mid mornings to lunchtime, that old shift
Back in the day.
he was the best DJ
So good.
in Australia.
I'd
no
want to
question.
call up and get on air with him and just to say, hello, David. You're my favourite, I'd say. You're my favourite DJ, wickety whack.
That never happens.
Later this morning, we catch up with Dan MacPherson. Lovely bloke.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. What else we got, Sean?
I'm just having a look through. WA, okay.
Yeah, we do.
We are celebrating the long weekend this weekend.
What about Final Siren? That's
Final
Final
Siren's
Siren.
good.
I was going to let Sean go.
I'm just flicking
What,
through the pages.
what happens in Final Siren? What do you win?
Here we go.
I can't remember.
No. What do you win?
What do you win?
Final siren. Oh, $1,000 on the line. $250 each round.
Wow.
4 rounds.
He remembered all on his own.
There's so many final sirens and
Last quarters and
The
two
last
halves. Honestly, the amount of ball sport quizzes we've got just blows my mind at the moment.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's tranquil, it's peaceful, it's beautiful to watch.
ballooning.
Ballooning, Sean. Balloons only bring joy, Natalie.
Well, that's true. I mean, kids will throw a tantrum if their balloon pops because the balloon brings them so much joy.
That is so true.
Yeah.
What a business. There's one, Balloon World is in Myrie.
It's a world of balloons.
People doing balloon animals,
Yes.
Yes, Nathan.
witchcraft. It's
Amazing.
actual
Yeah.
witchcraft. And then you've got hot air balloons as well.
Oh, yeah.
Out at Northam. Was
Yes.
it York?
Yeah,
Northam.
It makes you. It's a thing that's so wonderful. It makes you take pause in the world and take it in. Now let's talk about what North Korea has been doing. North Korea has decided that balloons are a great idea as well.
Good stuff.
It's nice that they've got some joy in their lives.
Now,
Finally.
North Korea, they've used balloons in the past, and what they do is they get the balloon and then they fill it full of propaganda leaflets
Right.
against South Korea.
Yes.
And then float it over to the South Korean border, and then they pop, and then they read all their pamphlets, which is really great. Dominoes and that should do it.
It's a lot
It's a really
easier,
great
isn't
way
it?
to
The leaflet
litter.
drop.
to litter. Well, now they've gone a step further. They have filled the balloons with not only propaganda leaflets, but also rubbish, toilet paper, and poo. So they're floating from North Korea. I want to see who's pooed in the balloons, by
I
the
know,
way.
exactly.
They go from North Korea over to the South Korean border, and then they pop. And then they poo falls on the North
is
Korean
so
people.
good.
And then also the North Korean people have been told not to approach the pooey balloons because they poo on
Yes.
them.
So what's their objective? Just to annoy them?
Just
Is
to
it
cover
just a
them in
niggle?
poo.
Just a niggle. It's just a little niggle. Yeah.
Ever try to poo in a balloon? It's not easy.
Well, I mean, sure, you have to get the neck open hard enough.
Yeah, you do.
You can get these. These clamp things that open that hold the balloon open.
Yeah, so
not necessarily
when you
for
put
pooing
prizes
in.
and stuff in
Yes,
there.
that's
Okay,
right.
where do you get them
Yeah.
from?
It's pretty petty.
It's pretty petty.
Yeah.
Pretty funny, pretty petty.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they came up with.
I reckon that we would be able to find people listening right now that have had something. Well, it doesn't need to be poo.
No.
Actually, prefer it not to be.
Amy's shaking her head.
And let's just speak to Amy, then make the story completely brown. But I do think that people will be listening going, my neighbour has done something just as petty as that.
Yeah, yeah.
Pettier the better,
Because relationships between neighbours,
Yes.
it's just... There's that level of niggle.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
annoy you, you annoy them back.
I'm trying to think if I've done this to the neighbours, but they're so nice to me, so not in this current group. But I would like to think all three of us are capable of some really petty stuff
What are
when
you
the
talking
opportunity
about?
arises.
I'm a great
Oh,
neighbour.
I know I'm a bigger person. I currently have 12 targets.
All right, we want to know what's the pettiest thing a neighbour has done,
yeah.
and if you're the perpetrator, don't worry, we'll celebrate you. But if it's been done to you, we'd love to know
We
as well.
do love pettiness.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we'll
support
celebrate it.
We're
We
here.
do.
We are
Either
here
way.
for it. Kelly, hello.
Good morning.
Hey,
Hey, Kelly.
Okay, Kelly, how petty can neighbours get?
So my neighbour used to block us in if we parked outside her house, so we couldn't leave for work in the mornings, to the point that we had to slowly push her car forward just to be able to get out of the street.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what was her initial complaint with what you were doing?
She didn't like anyone parking outside her house, so this wasn't in Perth, this was back home in Wales.
It's
Yeah.
one of
So,
those
You're talking
people.
about on the street,
On the street,
yes,
the people
but
that
outside
claim
her
that.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the street.
So Kelly, you guys
no
weren't
one was allowed to park.
you weren't blocking her in at all. You weren't disturbing anything that she was up to. Just out
the front of
the
her
street.
house.
No,
Yeah.
she used to have multiple cars and park outside everyone else's house, but if you parked outside her house, she used to block you in.
I tell you what, that would happen so much because people that don't have a lot of parking in their yards and stuff like that, they do automatically think that they can claim
The
straight
ownership,
outside of their house.
It's a public space.
And it's a public space, and they get so punchy about it.
That's
Wow.
true. Yeah.
No wonder you left Wales, Kelly. That seems like a good reason.
I would have done it too.
Thank you. Jane's in Wellard. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
All right,
Jane.
Jane. Who's the petty neighbour?
Well, it goes a bit both ways. I have a neighbour who is notorious for leaving notes in my letterbox about anything but doesn't knock.
Yes.
But she complained about the noise my gardener was making. If anyone's been to my house, they know my yard takes about 4 minutes to whippersnip. My gardener is my brother, who is the worst person to complain about. So now when he comes every 3 weeks to whippersnip, it now takes him about 24 minutes, and he likes to play Megadeth.
A Megadeth.
Yeah, so he plays really loud music plus the whippers.
right.
Megadeth.
So, and presumably he's not doing this at like 5 o'clock in the morning. This is it, middle of the day kind of stuff.
11 o'clock. I understand
11
people
o'clock.
work from home, but,
Yes.
you know...
Nah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what? Go
it's
for
very
it.
reasonable to...
I've got a guy over the
However-
road. Yeah.
She mows the lawn on a Sunday morning about 8. I don't sleep in, so she's lucky.
Yeah.
For me, things that people are doing in their yards during the day, I mean, you just have to get that done. I've got a neighbour over who lives over the sort of the corner from me, and I swear he mows concrete. Like literally.
It's a lot of mowing, but no lawn.
No, there's mowing, and I can see the lawn, but all you hear is... and I feel like he's hitting the concrete the entire time, and I just have to let the noise wash over me.
Yeah,
It's hardly
amazing.
ambience.
Thanks, Jane. Gigi, hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi,
All right,
Gigi.
we're talking about
Gigi.
petty neighbours. What have you got for us?
Well, when my husband used to do the front yard in Hillary's, he used to use a blower, and then the neighbour across the road, who was a lawyer, she would, when we leave, we went out with the kids. On the cameras, we saw that she picked up every little leaf that went on her front garden,
Yes.
and she threw it back onto our front garden.
I mean, I see where she's coming from.
Yeah, so if you're blowing the leaves to
Yes.
make yours clean.
That's right. You're just blowing it onto her property.
Oh,
I'd be annoyed
wow.
about that too. And also, I don't get leaf blowers. Leaf vacs, yes.
Yeah.
But you're just blowing and then the wind blows it back again anyway.
Well, let's hear from Gigi. Gigi, do you see what Natalie and Sean's point is?
I reckon she's wrong.
I love it.
But also, Gigi, you know what? You've got to really
Oh, yes.
The fact that someone's out there picking up individual leaves.
Yes, I would never go that far, but I'd be annoyed about it.
We've got Megan's on the leaf blower all the time, and I totally
where
get
does
what
she
you're
think
saying
they
now.
go?
I
They
totally
just-
get she
there's
blows it out onto the
A puff
thing,
of
and
wind
eventually
and they come back
comes
again.
in.
Or one car drives past and they come back.
I don't get wind. I don't get leaf blowing.
Especially when there is a leaf vac. Then you suck it up and then you dump it in a pile somewhere.
You know
or
where the
into
lottery office is, just over there in Subiaco? Yeah, outside there, I see every day a guy there just sweeping up leaves.
I know.
And as soon as he sweeps them, they go straight back into where it was. It's like, it's such a fight. I losing battle. I literally vacuum them up,
and put them into a pile of compost.
But now you see all the gardeners and the lawnmower guys getting around. They have leaf blowers. They don't have leaf suckers.
I'm saying it's stupid.
Should we invent a leaf sucker?
There is one. They exist.
Why aren't people
They've got a
sucking rather
bag,
than blowing?
and it sucks it up, and then you can put it on a pile.
You get a higher hourly rate with a blower.
I think you get just as good with the sucker, Sean.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's one-on-one. Sidestep busting through. That's a big goal. It's the final siren.
Nathan, Nat and Sean love a long weekend. And the footy. Celebrate WA Day at the Waffle with 2 massive derbies on Monday, June 3rd. And kids go free. Tickets at wafl.com.au.
We've got $1,000 to give away here, $250 per round. So yesterday, one person won the whole lot. Could go that way, could be split evenly. We don't know.
And then at the end, I said, do you want to share some with the person that got none? And they said, no, I don't. Lani versus Adam, hello.
Good morning.
Wow.
Hey, guys.
Battle of the century here.
Lani, are you up and about? You've had your coffee this morning?
I certainly have.
Okay, good. That'll help.
What about you, Adam?
No, I'm actually sitting out the front of the lunch bar now, parked up waiting to go in.
Hey, what are you going to get from the lunch bar?
Oh, look, you got to go to crumb chicken cheese sausage.
Oh, to kick things off.
I have not
7:30.
had one for years, Sean. You would have snuck one in the last 6 months.
No, I actually saw one the other day and I thought, should I get it? Should I get one? I was going to...
It is something you eat in private.
And
It is.
Adam, what about a beverage? Are you a chop chill kind of guy?
No, more of a coffee guy.
Yeah, okay.
Do you ever do the cheese sausage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
No further
He doesn't
questions.
need to go into it, though. This is breakfast radio, you know.
We won't pry any further into your personal life.
All right, here's what's going to happen.
Kids in the car, you know.
Round 1 is about to start. Lani, you're going to be going first. You'll take turns answering question. We don't know when the siren's going to go off, but when it does, whoever most recently answered a question completely and correctly will take that round. $250 per round.
All right. So going back and forth. That's very important, guys.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start the timer for the first quarter now.
Lani, what season did the Grinch hate?
Christmas.
Correct. Adam, what shape is the lawned area on which you play AFL?
Oval shape.
Correct. Lani, which astrological sign symbol is a lion?
Leo.
Adam, what colour are the spots on a common ladybug?
Red.
Incorrect. Lani.
Lani!
Hey, Adam,
black.
go and look at a ladybug today.
They're black.
Yeah.
I know, bummer.
Just
Lani
cost you $250.
has $250 in her pocket. Nice work.
All right.
Good luck.
All right, Adam, you're going to start off in round 2.
Another
Redeem yourself.
$250 up for grabs. Sean will be asking the questions, starting
Here we
with
go.
Adam. Let's go with the second quarter.
Here we go. Who wrote Hamlet?
Adam?
Wouldn't have a clue.
William Shakespeare. Over to you, Lani. How many hearts does a human have?
1.
Correct. Adam, what food is the main ingredient of guacamole?
Adam,
No idea.
Really?
you've never had guacamole?
Yeah, while reading Shakespeare.
No.
It's avocado. It's like...
It's
No,
okay.
you
Some
don't.
people don't know stuff. That's all right.
Fisherman.
That's all right, Adam. Don't worry about it. They're better
Lani's
than
got
those.
$500 so
Okay.
far.
Okay, Adam.
Lani?
He's had his chances in both.
He has.
We're fair.
Lani, you're going first in round 3.
I don't worry about 2. Oh, that's right.
That
Guacamole.
one, just after avocado. All right. Lani, your time starts now.
What shape is a stop sign?
Hexagon.
Octagon. Adam, what colour is Marge Simpson's hair?
Blue.
Yes. Lani, why do things fall when you...
Adam's on the board. Adam's on the board.
Come through with the good.
Congratulations, buddy.
Marge Simpson did it for you.
I'm proud of you.
So Lani currently has $500. Adam has $250. He's on the board. He's not going to embarrass himself completely, so that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
We are at the final quarter. I will not call it the last quarter
No,
because
we would
we'll get
never.
confused.
Adam, you are going first in this round.
All right, Adam, are you ready?
I hope so.
Now.
How many moons does Earth have, Adam?
Well, 1.
Correct. Lani, how many sleeves does a standard jumper have?
2.
Adam, what is a witch's chosen mode of transportation?
Broom.
Correct. Lani, what is the melty part of a candle made of?
Candle wax.
Yes. Adam, where does one wear a necklace?
On his neck.
Big
That's
comeback
right.
and flares.
They each get $500 cash thanks to the West Australian Football Commission, and all's right with the world.
Congratulations, Lani.
And congratulations, Adam.
Well done, both of you.
Solid effort, everybody.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Ali, you might as well stay for this. You're
Yeah,
about to become a parent.
Yes.
All right. So, as you know, Natalie and I don't have children. You're
Therefore,
about
we're
to have
experts.
one. If we were to have children, they'd be the best raised.
Our hypothetical children are
so
amazing.
smart, so polite,
Overachievers.
would win.
Would never swear.
We'll probably be gifted something at the UN.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for
Probably.
sure.
Peacekeeping.
Anyway, so our point is our children will be better than yours. And that's
Than your
everyone.
actual
That's
children.
everyone listening and in the room. Okay, so let's move on to Rachel Finch.
Former Australian model.
Some people
Yes.
are very upset at Rachel Finch at the moment. So she's become a bit of a fitness influencer. Yeah. Ali knows what I'm talking about. Her daughter is 8. She had a cross-country school race to do.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel
Been that
Finch.
time of
So
year.
I've got to tell you, there were she placed 12th out of 100.
Okay.
Just in her own school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not top 10.
Actually, right,
matter.
Sean. You're right, Sean. Actual rubbish.
Thank you.
She's 8.
What a slow little girl.
She's 8.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean's shown me the light. It's terrible, terrible performance. But no
Well,
one.
our 2 kids came top 2, Nathan.
Oh, they did. They actually drew Natalie because they didn't want to beat each other because they're those people.
Oh, they're just equally as good.
Such good kids. So Rachel's daughter, she had the added bonus of having Rachel run the entire cross-country race with her.
Next to her,
Not
on the
one
course.
other parent did her while yelling out encouragement. Or not encouragement, really. It was actually...
Run
it would have
faster.
annoyed the absolute out of me. This is Rachel chasing her daughter, I think it's Holly.
Okay, here we go. First, second downhill. Stuck in the air, stuck in the air.
Oh, my...
Go, go, go. Watch the rocks. That's it, Violet. Well done.
Violet.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's Violet, not Holly. Holly was quicker than Violet.
She was encouraging her.
No, that's fine
She's
if
not
it's a training
screaming,
run.
mate.
If it's a training run, Sean. But she's
Sean,
running
this is a competition.
She's running the race with the other children.
She's
You
very
can't do that.
encouraging. Did you hear her? She wasn't screaming.
No. Sean,
It doesn't matter.
you can
You watch from the sidelines. The kids are having
I
their
watch
moment.
from the sideline.
Yes.
I know if you had a recording of Megan who would run along like a fair distance,
She's
I'm
not
not
running
saying
the entire
race, 3 Ks.
She's not running the entire
That's
race.
encouraging. You would hear a woman screaming, like properly screaming.
These are apples and oranges.
Do what you like from the sidelines.
That someone screaming
running
from the
the
thing. No, that someone screaming, right?
But it's not just standing in the position. That's running over the other side of the oval and running
My
with them.
nana used to like the filth that would come out of her mouth while my brother was playing football. Oh, the swearing. She was like pulling finger signs at umpires. Like, I understand someone getting over enthusiastic, but she ran the entire race.
She's on
every
the
single
course.
parent. To be honest, every comment that I read, and I went through every single comment to see if anyone was going to say what she was doing was good. You're the only person that I've come across to say that's okay.
Well, I don't think she's
Sean, it's not about what she's saying. It's about
You're
she's
saying that
running,
she's running
on
next
the
to her.
course.
Yeah, of course I wouldn't
and
do
there's
that.
other kids around and everything. Like
And
that's,
I go to cross-country things. I don't see that very often at all, obviously.
That's what's making
that's
news.
the point. Can you imagine if every parent...
You don't like it?
Sean, you want every parent to be able to run alongside their
I'm not
kids.
saying that.
So
She's
why
running.
can one
I'm just
then?
saying her encouragement is not what I expect. I thought she'd be screaming like You know, I see my own life.
But what
You're
about the point of
concentrating on
her
the wrong
running
part.
on the course next to the child?
Yeah, don't worry about what's coming out of her mouth. Worry about the fact
She's running on the course.
And also, can I just say,
why aren't you getting that?
there was a whole bunch of comments, right, and people were absolutely like livid about it. There was one comment from Perth, so funny, from Big Boomer. She can't be that fit. She couldn't even keep up with an 8-year-old.
Whip it, so to be fair.
No, really, Ali, you're about to become a mother. Do you foresee that you will be running a cross-country race as the only parent doing it and while encouraging your daughter or son or whatever they choose to be?
I couldn't even do a 200-metre sprint. Like, I wouldn't even...
No, let's not talk about the capabilities of whether you could do it. Would you do it?
Would I do it? No, I wouldn't.
Amy, you're a daughter of two beautiful children. Sorry, a mother of two beautiful children. Would you ever do it?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And if another person was doing it when you're watching your kids do it,
that I sitting with would say, "What is
she
that?
doing?
What is she doing? What is she doing?"
Parenting can be so intense these days. Our parents did not care.
They didn't come to it.
I'm even surprised I remembered they had us.
my dad came to nothing because he was busy farming. He never saw me do anything, nothing, not one single thing.
Yeah.
Mum came like to sports day and worked in the ice cream van, and that's it. She didn't come to anything else.
When you're at primary school, you're expected to be there as a parent. You're expected, and the kids expect to see there.
Run the race?
No, you run the parents' race on Athletics Carnival Day. That's it. That's your requirement.
So you've heard all the arguments. Where do you sit with it now?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect I wouldn't think it was... Was it over the top? Yeah, of course it's over the top, but it's not over the top where people get angry about it.
Oh, people did. Because they're saying, you've not only, for your daughter, you've embarrassed your daughter. Not just that. With sport, Sean, especially with running, and I used to do athletics as well, it's about your mental game of, can I do it? You're taking that out. You don't have that internal thing because your mother's screaming it at you.
No other kid had a
It's sort of the development of being a child. And then also, you've got all the other parents that aren't doing that.
Yes.
So therefore, if it's giving your child a benefit, then why are you the only person doing it? So these are all the arguments that are coming out about this form of parenting.
It's a weird attitude to have, to be honest.
But yet we live
I
in a
can't
world...
sit back and watch my child do it. I have to be a part of it while she's doing it. That seems...
We live in a different world.
We live in a world of over-the-top encouragement. We really do.
But we live in a world that's way more encouraging than we ever brought up in.
Yeah. All right, so 13, 24, 10, we want to talk about this.
Over-enthusiastic parents.
Well, those parents.
Are you one?
Let's find the line between over-enthusiastic or being enthusiastic and Rachel Finch. Let's see what we've got.
Rosanna, hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Rosanna. What's your take on it all?
Yeah, well, I've been in the school system as an assistant for the probably past 14 years.
Oh,
and
you've seen some stuff.
Definitely seen a change.
Yeah, right.
Talk to me. What do you? So we are saying.
Example.
What is it? Tiger parenting, helicopter parenting. That's becoming like a free range now. It's becoming more intense.
Yeah, call it helicopter parenting. Definitely. You know, we've got parents that will carry the children's bags for them. You know, and
are you joking?
No.
That was part of working out weight.
Yeah,
and because you were so small, you had such a big bag, you had so many things in it, and that was how to work out.
Yeah.
That was my lesson in balancing.
Absolutely. No resilience being built at all, unfortunately.
One of the other things is, Rosanna, when you go to the school bike racks these days, not as big as what they were.
Yeah, because
the only way we can get to school is ride our bike.
Because people aren't trusting the fact that kids are going to get there safely.
It's
crazy, isn't it?
And I do the same.
I just saw a video, last week, of a woman in America going ballistic in the hall at the school because they were handing out awards and her son didn't get an award that she thought he should have got, and she was screaming, swearing, pulling finger signs at everyone while storming out of there and dragging her son out.
Have you seen that sort of thing too, Rosanna?
Oh, absolutely. You know, everyone has to receive a certificate by the end of the year, so there's a tick-off system. Otherwise, you know, it just isn't fair.
I know, and you know what?
They used to call them merit certificates, but obviously you can't call them that anymore.
So they do the same with junior sport, in particular football. So everyone gets like the McDonald's award, and you get up and get an award. And at the end of it, you got to go through everyone. So old mate who doesn't get a kick or maybe had an absolute stinker, you have to give him a thing and come up with something to say.
But this is the thing, though. Isn't that where we teach children about winning and losing and being a bigger person and not taking it, like not being petty about it. And that's where the lessons have, because if you leave it all to later in life, then
the
suddenly
damage is
boom,
done.
they're like, going, what? And I mean, I know with a couple of my mates that run businesses, they've got people working for them that are 25 plus, and their parents are calling in sick for them.
Yes. Yep. I don't know. With that, Nath, you're talking about old school values that seem to be... So coming back to what we're doing at the moment, who's coming up with the idea of making sure everyone's got a merit certificate?
Well, I don't know, but we're seeing the fruits of it now.
Yeah, I've got no doubt about that.
We're seeing the result of that.
The parents of that generation are us. Yes, right? It's our age group. So we were the ones that were treated harshly, and that it's like the pendulum swung the other way, and we don't want that for our kids. Yeah. Because we're acting in the opposite
But I think we
way.
have overcorrected.
Laura's in Coburn. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, Laura. Does this strike a chord with you?
I was that parent at one stage.
Yeah, okay. Talk us through it, Laura. Talk us through it.
So my son, when he was in pre-primary or year one, whichever it was, they were at the school carnival, and he, being the bigger kid, was coming last in his 400 metre.
Aww.
And he was doing well, but with 150 metres to go, I jumped in there with him and ran alongside, and the parents cheered us both on.
You know what? That's the difference. She was at the front of the pack, that little girl,
right.
Violet, Rachel's daughter.
Yeah.
Like, your kid's at the last. Like, nothing you can do is going to make him win.
Yeah, unless you pushed over a couple of other kids to get him up the field a bit, then it would have been a different story. But, you know, you can see the appeal in that. That's a good, fun story.
Hey, Laura, did you beat your son, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
He ran
Just that last meter, you want to let him go.
Yeah, you want to be there encouraging, but let him know that mum's faster. Yeah,
thanks, Laura. Zara's in Dianella. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Zara.
Have you got the kids' perspective in this?
Yeah, so I am the kid who had that mum.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I love my mum, but at the same time, it's so embarrassing being the one where your mum's at the front. I did dancing, so she was always the one at the front copying the moves, like making sure I was doing it right.
Yeah.
And it was like, you can see her on the corner of like the DVD tapes they used to make, and she's just got her arms going up, looking at me like, Zara, point your toes. And I'm like, oh my God.
Zara, what did that do for your love of dance, Zara? Did it put you off?
Yeah, I don't dance anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
I read a few comments under this article. I read a few comments under this article of people saying their parents did the same sort of thing in cross country or running, and they said they never ran again.
Yeah,
because they were so mortified by it.
Yeah,
and think of what Zara could have done, Natalie.
Yeah, the world has lost a dancer because of that.
Think about it. The beauty Zara could have done. Zara, you were a beautiful dancer, weren't you? You're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely not uncoordinated at all.
I mean, her toes weren't put in enough, but she was beautiful.
Yeah, well, maybe her mum can sort that out. Yeah.
Thanks, Zara.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Natalie, Sean and I were just discussing Quick, the drink.
And its role in society.
We
were a Quick family because we never sprung for Marlow, never had Marlow.
Sean
but it was
thinks
strawberry Quick.
That Quick is the poor man's Milo.
Yes, we were the poor man's
Milo. I thought that Quick, I thought Milo was the constant, and Quick was special time.
No, it's completely the other way. Actually, we need to put a poll up.
It's the Povo version.
What does everyone think? Do you think Milo's a Povo and Quick is the better?
You're opposite. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
You thought Quick was a Povo? We never had Quick in the house, really, so that's why.
The fact that we did have it means it was Povo.
Yeah. I just thought we're definitely on a lean run when Mum bought us Quick.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, Dad's not doing well.
Because you know why Quick wasn't in my house? Because it required milk.
Well, so does Milo, though.
No. I was allowed to have hot Milos. I wasn't allowed to have cold Milos. Quick was a cold drink, which was predominantly milk. It was just milk and powder. Well, milk was for tea.
It's for tea. I keep forgetting.
Wasn't for drinking. Wasn't for calcium.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Been a while, but welcome back, Dan MacPherson.
Hey guys, good morning.
Hi, Dan.
How are you?
Damn it, first. You know what? It makes me feel okay in the world knowing that we're still doing our job and you're still doing yours.
That's it. Just a couple of artistes peddling our wares around the country.
Yes, it's just that we have no other prospects. That's why we're still here.
You do too many things.
You're multi-talented. Because, I mean, last time we were talking to you about TV, but these days you're a thespian.
Well, I'm back,
you've taken to the stage.
I'm back on the stage. Oh, look, I've just got a highly functioning entertainment version of OCD and ADD. I just don't like stopping. I'm a bit of a workaholic. So.
Well, I do see, obviously, you're here at the moment. You're about to put on a great performance. But I always see you on Sevens Racing, so that's where I have the connection with you, Dan.
Look, that's been my weekend job. In fact, so we're touring the Woman in Black, which is here in Perth this week. But I was in Adelaide before we were here, and got the great Bruce McAvaney to come into the show as well with his partner Annie. So
what an honour!
He loved the show. He came in, and he's become a great mate. And of course, we're on stage for an hour talking racing afterwards.
What do you mean? So you're that much into racing?
So I've got a little look. I've got a little what? I've got.
Be careful.
I've got a little thoroughbred.
You should see him go.
So I breed racehorses. I breed racehorses and race horses, and it was something that I started. My grandmother took me and taught me how to win $5 on the Melbourne Cup in 1983, and 40 years later, I'm more heavily involved in the industry. It's just quietly as a bit of a hobby 10 years ago. But then the producers at Channel 7 realised, hey, you kind of know what you're talking about. Would you be interested? Yeah, and I love it. I love the people and I love the animals, and so I moonlight as a sort of commentator on some of the bigger days, doing more live telly, which I love, and doing some stuff as well. So I do a bit of that too.
Love it.
Let's talk about your face. Why isn't it aging? It's insane. It's insane. It looks the same. Remember when you and Toadie were dressed in elf or making a home movie in Ramsay Street? You look that age.
I think it's because I've spent the last 25 years, it's been hidden under a beard. And so whenever I take the beard off, it's like I'm 17 again. So, I mean, there's plenty of lions and crow's feet up the top, but under the beardy bit,
but you always,
smooth as a baby's bottom.
You always eat well, and you stay in shape.
Yeah.
But when was the last time you did a Ironman?
So I used to come over here and race Bustleton.
Yeah.
I raced that a couple of times.
He raced the entire town.
And beat him.
Line up, suckers, let's go. So I used to. The last full Ironman was coming up 10 years ago. And then I raced for a little bit, and then I was living in Los Angeles. I came here and raced. I raced the Olympic distance. Was it national championship? I raced the world championships here in Perth for the Australian team, amateur team. So I've raced over here a few times. But no, about 10 years ago, I stopped and put all that energy into my career in America, which was when I had my sort of first real breakthrough on telly in America, and that led to a great decade leading up to the pandemic.
The fairy thing.
The fairy.
I watched the fairy thing.
I did Shannara. It was my first American job. And then I jumped onto a show for HBO called Strike Back, and then I did a foundation for Apple, and it's been great over there. So I loved it, and then I came back, and to be fair, I actually stopped drinking in the last 18 months. So that could be the baby skin as well. But
socially, I mean, because that's. I was speaking to a guy at the gym yesterday. I had an excuse. So it was 6 months or maybe more, 8 months, where I was swimming. I swam to Rottnest, and I got off the drink for ages. Yeah. But that was easy because people go, what are you doing? I've got training, all that kind of stuff. But when you're outside of that and you don't have a thing, people go, what do you got on tomorrow, Nathan? Let's have a beer.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you get around that?
I just stopped talking to my friends.
But do you see the world a little bit differently? Because I don't know how many people have experienced their friends when they're drunk and you're sober and seeing your friends dance. There is nothing stupid. There is nothing stupid. Don't you think?
Totally. You certainly get to a point where you're like, ordinarily, I was the last man standing for many years, and then now I'm probably
now
one of the first to leave.
Them home.
Yeah, exactly. So you certainly see it differently. But no, for me it was my kind of excuse of you got nothing on tomorrow is, well, actually I've got a toddler and I'm a solo dad a lot of the time, and also my work depends on me having a clear head and being in shape, and particularly with a play, and I jumped back on stage for the first time last year, and then and now into this year. But The Woman in Black is by far the biggest thing I've ever had to learn in my career, and to do that 8 shows a week on a 16-week national tour, I ordinarily would have got off stage and had a couple of drinks and go to a pub or whatever, especially in the UK when I used to work over there. Now, simply cannot do it. Like the precision and the magnitude of the job that we're doing on stage is, I can't not be clear.
When you've got the script for the Woman in Black say locked in your head, is it locked or can it fall out? Oh, you know when people go line,
or if somebody else fluffs their line, and that's normally the cue that gives you your line. Do you?
John and I thankfully, we must be 35 performances into this tour at the moment, and we had one little fluff like that last week, and we both kind of jumped to catch up and get ahead of ourselves and get back. So look, working with John Waters, he's such a pro.
Of course.
Did you watch him on Play School?
Yeah.
I mean, does that do your head in that now you're...
There is a part in the play where he has to do this big list of a list of things in a certain room, and a couple of friends were like, and we just wanted him to say, and there's a bear in there. As well.
I'll be in the crowd yelling out, Jemima! Handle!
But for a scale of a show like this, John's the exact kind of wingman you want. He's so experienced and so great, and no, it's mostly locked, but when the wheels, or when there's just a silence that's just a little bit long, because there's only two of us on stage for 2 hours, in minimal props, minimal.
Well, are you saying there's no woman in black in this show?
Can't tell you that. It's a highly regarded secret.
What's the point?
As it has been for 35 years.
Where is she? Yeah.
No, so you'll just have to come and see it. You might get a little surprise.
I want to know, as an actor on the stage, do you notice the audience, and has anyone ever thrown you off what you're doing?
Like a crying baby?
Totally. Yeah, no, well, particularly with this type of show, there's a lot of moments that we really do manipulate an audience into being scared, but there was, apart from the people in the front row, because the audience is so close. We particularly do this with show, and particularly like in Her Majesty's, really great gothic, intimate. So the front row in Adelaide was a metre away, which was great until the guy in the front row wants to start eating his chips and speaking with misses. And,
you're not allowed to take chips into a play, are you?
Like, they yawn or something just because they've had a long day.
There was a couple of moments where you get certain, and we heard one just from the front row. Oh, Jesus! Like, you really do scare some people. The entire audience cracks up and stuff like that, and you're like, keep going, okay. I mean, they're so close, but it's a great way of doing theatre. But yeah, you get plenty of that stuff, and I've got to say, I mean, look, in the modern age, there's some really, the telephones are terrible.
I know.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Honestly, I just think, I mean, I'm not a big theatre goer, but I just think there should be a blanket rule. You shouldn't be able to take them into theatres. Because it is. You're doing your job
mate,
there.
Incredible.
Dan, we were talking about Macklemore here last week, and when he was performing, he said, put down all your phones, because people aren't taking the show in.
Then the crowd went ballistic and no one put their phones down.
Because we all saw it on all the social media, because they all filmed
programmed to be like that. But particularly, again, with the intimacy of this sort of show and the nature of the stuff that we go through in a show like The Woman in Black, it just, when you're up there in the north of England and you've worked so hard it's foggy and it's ghosty and it's silent and it's quiet and you're creeping down a creepy corridor and you don't know if the ghost is going to come out and cut your head off, and then you just hear
and I mean, even if they don't make a noise, people still think that they can read a text message, and it's like, if you're on stage, all you see is the green glow
so
over
that
their phone,
happened in Adelaide, because there's so many blackouts in this show, and again, dark, creepy things and whatnot, and you I'm out there, in tears and wrought with emotion, looking off into the distance, and I just see two girls and they're just looking. You just see this little glow, this blue glow halo of these two girls looking at their phone. I'm wasted up here.
It's amazing. So your career's been going long enough for you. Remember when camera phones became a thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Remember? I was in a Big Brother house when they were released.
Yeah, wow.
And then I came out and suddenly I saw these people with their phones up near their faces and going, what are they doing? And then I realised they were taking photos.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Because it was autographs and selfies.
Well, we used to do shopping centre appearances.
Yes.
And people would line up. When I was on Neighbours, this is 25 years ago, people would line up for hours to get autographs, or if they had some kind of big clunky camera or disposable. Now it's I think back through the ages of the eras that I've worked in. Yeah. And look, those two girls in Adelaide were probably trying to Google me to give me what the hell I was. That's such is the way that the career ebbs and flows.
Dad, what was the intensity like? Because obviously you worked in the UK. say,
Yep.
coming off Neighbours
Yeah.
into the Bill,
Yeah.
2 massive shows. Were you must
that
have
was
been
mental.
hounded.
I mean, I was
It would have been
21 when I moved
crazy.
to London. I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
I started Neighbours when I was 17, and I moved to London when I was 21. And I was doing panto and musical theatre, and the musical theatre I was touring was with a guy called Jonathan Wilkes. Johnny Wilkes was Robbie Williams' best mate.
Oh, right.
So Robbie had come and seen the show.
Yeah.
So I'd never experienced, what. You think that Joel off Neighbours was getting a bit of heat back in the day. And it was just after that Live at the Albert Hall thing was out. Their big show was out, so people were coming to see Johnny because they'd done the Me and My Shadow, and that was really huge. And then Robbie, we're in Edinburgh, launching our show, our musical at the time, and then Robbie flies in from LA, and it was just a whole
mania.
Had paparazzi and people all outside of our apartment for the three of us all staying together. Like 24 hours a day, just you go, Robbie, and it was just like, that was, for a 21-year-old, that was... I ring my mum. Well, I mean, I'm in Edinburgh, and then with Johnny and Robbie, and then I'm,
Did you try to get the DMAC chant going at any?
I think those guys are there chanting DMAC. Neighbours fans.
So you're so hugely famous at 21 over there, like killing it, and hot as chips. What was the chicks? What were they like trying to get to you?
Well, I think.
Was it intense?
Yeah. No, it was all. Look, at 21, I'd come straight up. I did. Look, I remember because I was 21. I'd come from Sydney and Melbourne. I thought, they could all use a tan, couldn't they?
Pale women throwing themselves at it.
Beautiful English roses, and I'm going.
You're throwing out leaflets from your hotel into solariums.
But I was young. Yeah. But no, look, they did, and I remember I was one of these theatres I was working at. Billy, this big old Scotsman who worked at stage door, and I think he drank whiskey and just sat on stage door in this great theatre his whole life, and he just came down and knocked on the Mr. MacPherson, there's the young man in the mascara and the high heels is here to see you.
That's the day I went and visited him.
So no, it was all types, and it was also in the era that, again, pre-mobile phones and pre-social media, where I remember I got sent a package to the Bill. And there are all these beautiful glamour photos of this stunning girl in lingerie. Going, hey, Dan, I hear you've just moved to London.
Before text
here's
messages.
here's my number. Please, come, if you want to have a drink, I'd love to introduce you to London. And I looked at it, and it's just something didn't sit right. Even at 21, I was like, something doesn't sit right. And about 2 months later, the front page of the Sun or the Mirror or whatever was, my drug-fueled sex romp with soccer star, and there was that photo of that girl, and the papers were literally just trying to...
That could have been your headline.
It could have been mine. That should have been me.
That's so disappointing.
And I still think back, going, why didn't I...
Come on!
Bloody Gazza again.
That's the way they try and get you at that age too, and thankfully I
You resisted.
I mean,
wow.
Yeah, well, maybe I was just... It's still up in the air, isn't it?
If you say no there, then Dad MacPherson gay. That's your only explanation.
Especially living with Robbie and Johnny.
Exactly. Well, look, it's always a pleasure having you. You're welcome anytime. The Woman in Black tonight from 30th of May tonight onwards for 2 weeks at His Majesty's Theatre.
Come on
It's going
down.
to be amazing.
With
you and John Waters.
The wonderful John Waters. We don't speak about him enough, but he's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think we all agree, you keep your career going, we'll keep ours going, and then we'll meet at the end.
We'll see you back here somewhere.
Okay, great.
Good on you, Dan. Thanks, man.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Celebrate WA Day with music, carnival rides and fireworks at Optus Stadium Precinct in Burswood Park. Entry is free. Visit waday.com.
Oh, we love WA, that's for sure. Before you head to the WA Day Festival this long weekend, we're going to check how well you know our state. For the winner, a WA staycation package worth $500.
We get Stephanie from West Swan to have the first crack at things today. Good morning to you, Steph.
Good morning.
Steph, the best way to study for this competition is to be a resident of WA. How long has that been the case?
Since birth.
Since birth, she was
a
born into
lifetime
it.
of study.
Amazing.
Well done.
Cane this.
Well, we can tell you today.
That doesn't mean much.
It
Come on,
doesn't.
Steph. Confidence. We are looking for a business.
All right.
Actually, this
An
first
iconic
clue
WA
gives it away.
business.
If you
Who
can't get
knows?
this, Steph, if you can't get it.
So we're looking for a iconic business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your clue, Steph, and you're going to get one, is tourists.
Or what's the iconic WA business?
Oh, geez.
No.
Quick.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Gosh,
No,
I can't
no
think.
joy.
Sweetheart, I'm
Thank you for
sorry.
playing, Steph.
I bet you went with a shot for 10K, though.
That's true. Laurie? Is it Atwell? Is it Laurie?
Yeah, Laurie.
Hi, Laurie.
Okay.
Hey, mate.
So you heard the first clue. That was tourists. Your clue is cook. What's the
Steve.
iconic business?
Oh, I can't think of anything. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Stop playing.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Samantha, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Great,
Sam.
Sam. This
Sean's
is a
got
good
a
one,
clue for
Sam.
you.
This is a good one.
Okay.
78.
What iconic WA business does that point to?
78.
Yeah, 78.
The lobster shed.
Thank you for having a guess.
Good girl.
It's not the lobster shed.
Shack.
Yeah. Or shack.
It's a shack.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
Rebecca.
Beck.
Hi.
Tourists, cook, 78 so far.
And your new clue, Beck, is 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yep.
I can't think of anything either.
Nothing.
Cook.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything either. Cook.
Thank you for playing, Beck.
All right, let's go to Ashley in Caversham. Hey, Ash.
Hey, how you going?
Good, Ash.
Do you want a clue? Do you want a clue?
Yes, please.
All right. Your clue is McDonald's.
What iconic WA business are we hinting at?
I know.
I don't know. I was going to say Captain Cook Cruises, but no.
No, that was very clever.
yeah,
but I'm
that's
just
wrong.
throwing everyone because they're going, wait there, how can you be talking about an iconic WA business by naming another business? Everyone's going, what's going on? Everyone's saying.
Kelly, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Here is your clue, Kelly. Motorbikes.
What business is it?
Oh, my God. I got no
It
idea.
only points to one.
It only points to one.
Thank you for playing, Kelly. Ian, hello.
Hi.
Ian, I'll go through the clues.
Recap.
Yes.
Yep.
So we got tourists, cook, 78, 5 p.m, McDonald's, motorbikes.
And a new clue just for you, Ian, is burgers. What business are we hinting at?
Hungry Jacks.
It's not Hungry Jack. It's not Hungry Jack.
I like it, though.
thank
Get
you.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
no.
Try.
Thank you for playing.
Hi, Kylie.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, Kylie.
Got such a great clue for you. Are you ready?
Yes, go for it.
Your clue is Neil. As in the name Neil, not as in
on your
kneeling.
knees, yeah.
I was going to say Captain Cook Cruises, but no, that won't
No,
be it.
no.
No,
'cause-
maybe the
somebody
second
else has
one.
already guessed that.
Yes, thank you. Nice manners. Thank
Everybody,
you, Kylie.
13, 24, 10.
It's not
Keep
Captain
calling.
Cook Cruises.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have another clue for
Hang on.
Courtney.
Courtney, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
All right,
Cole.
Hey, Courtney. Here it is.
Your clue is...
Al fresco.
Ooh, Courtney. What business are we hinting at?
Is it Elizabeth Key?
No.
No, it is not. But thank you for playing, Courtney. Louise is in Dianella. Hi, Louise. Turn your radio down, Louise.
Louise?
Turn your radio down.
Oh, we'll have to move on.
Okay. Nat, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Nat.
All right, now I'm going to go through the clues, all right? So we've got tourist, cook, 78.
5 p.m. McDonald's motorbikes.
Burger Neil al fresco.
And your new clue, Nat, is pea and ham. What business are we hinting at?
78 Records?
No.
Good one.
Well, how does pea and ham fit that?
I'm not
It's
sure.
one of the top albums of 1993.
78 Records, a great store, though. Nikki's in Balcatta. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hi,
Good,
Nikki,
Nikki.
sounds confident, I reckon.
I think so.
Well, Nikki, you're going to get your very own clue first, and then we'll see if your confidence is worth
Warranted, yes.
it. Your clue is midnight.
Righto, Nikki, what's the business?
It's Fast Eddie's.
I love how confident you were, but you're wrong.
You're wrong.
A great business, though. Love a bit of fast Eddie's
I mean,
back
the one
in
in
the day.
Freo.
Oh, it went off.
Is it still open?
No,
there.
no.
They're all gone, aren't they?
Roz is in Joondalup. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, Roz.
All right, Roz. Okay, new clue.
Here it is. 1946.
Righto, Roz. What is it?
Alfred's Kitchen.
Roz.
Yes, it is. Roz, tell her what she's won. Tell her what she's won.
Roz, you have won a WA staycation package worth $500. Roz, you get to get away and treat yourself. Well done.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Well played.
I'll just go through some of the
Nathan's going to tell you how the clues fit.
So tourists, of course, it's a hit with tourists.
It is.
They absolutely love it. Yep.
What about the cook bit? Is it because they cook burgers?
No, that's Alfred Cook. He was the founder.
78 was your next one. What was that?
Alfred Cook founded it 78 years ago.
Whoa.
5 p.m?
That's the time it opens for business.
Okay, why was McDonald's a clue other than that they sell burgers?
This is very interesting. There's a train carriage outside now that does the al fresco dining.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that was given to them by McDonald's in Myree because they were giving it away and they said, you got 3 weeks to come and get it or we're chucking it out.
And so they went and got it. How was that? Motorbikes, because obviously they like to stop in there.
Yeah.
Burgers is obvious.
Yeah.
Neil. Who's Neil?
Neil Lawrence is the man that now owns it. He's been running it for the last 30 years.
Al fresco kids who dine outside. Pea and ham. They are famous for their pea and ham soup, even though I'm not a fan.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Time for us to get out of here because Sean's off.
God, it makes me sick.
Like a prawn.
You're having tomorrow off.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, I'm in no position to criticise because I'm having Tuesday off.
That means I'm in the position to criticise. You two are terrible people. You're terrible people and you're abandoning the people of Perth.
Yep.
There, you said it.
What if someone needs you tomorrow on air? What if they need to hear you? And same for Tuesday. What if someone waits all weekend and go, you know what, Tuesday, at least I'll
the
hear
only thing
Natalie.
going to get me through is Nat's voice.
Yeah. I don't know who that person is.
Remember Ali was telling us how she was walking around. She needed to hear our voice yesterday.
That's true.
Many Ali's out there.
I don't know what hormone kicked in when she said that, but like it quickly evacuated her body.
Yeah. It won't last.
Yeah.
Tomorrow on the show, Sean, you won't be here, but we do have 2 footballers, Sean Darcy and Jeremy McGovern.
So are you going to ask Sean about how he's working with Luke Jackson because everybody's talking about it?
No, that's the one thing we're not going to ask him ever.
We're going to ask him about his renovations and throw pillows.
Yeah, so shut your mouth. If you want to ask questions, come to work. Final Siren will be returning again tomorrow, as well as WAOK.
Yes!
Hi, Ross. Ross will be here.
Yeah, I'll be here. We're going to miss the Seanisms tomorrow, like earlier this morning when he tried to explain the rules for the Final Siren game. Let's listen.
You need to answer a question. You need to have the right answer to the question. No, lost it.
You know what my favourite is? You can't have lost it. You never had it.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.